even with the introduction of brand new characters such as Rem Ram and Betty, Emilia still holds the position as best girl of ReZero. The interactions with Subaru this episode only reconfirmed it. Her smile can kill. Her smile is so damn adorable. Her color scheme, those violet eyes, her voice actor, all of that adds up to make her an outstanding character that I absolutely love. She is waifu. Seriously. This episode is just like, yeah, she's waifu. How she went into warm-up exercises with Subaru at the mansion, how she just kind of went with it and everything, and even when they had that deep talk a couple days later and everything, oh my god. She's so used to Subaru's silliness, she doesn't really bat an eye at it. She just laughs, which is adorable, by the way, and she gets along with him so well. Oh. If you don't think she's best girl, you're just fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. Emilia is best girl. Her personality, her voice actor, her color scheme, and even how she just interacts with everyone else. I love it. I love it. Now, we did get some actually pretty major reveals about Emilia. We also found out the true purpose of the insignia, which I've been wanting since we found out it had been stolen by a thief, and then you had it indirectly caused the death of the main character, well, main characters, Emilia and Subaru. So the true purpose of the insignia is it officially validates a person to be a ruler candidate, the king candidate or queen candidate, because in Lugunica, the king is missing. So my hypothesis is he's either been murdered, he's been kidnapped, or he ran away, or maybe some other thing. He could be held captive by one of the factions. We don't know all of the factions, but apparently there's at least 42 different ruler candidates, and since Subaru got it back, Emilia can still be considered. If you lost your insignia, you have no right to be a ruler candidate anymore. You don't stand a chance, because why would they hand a country over to someone who is unable to protect the touchstone, the insignia? So it does not symbolize her family, but it just symbolizes her validity as a candidate. And here's the thing. If they had sold it to Elsa and everything, who works for her client, I wonder if that would have validated them. Like, is it just really signed to a specific person, or can that be changed? So a couple more questions on that, but we got the main purpose of it in the open. And the only reason there's so many candidates and that it's really not anyone of royal blood is because the king and his son are the last of their line, and we don't know about the son's future or where he is, but we know the king is missing. So I'm glad we actually got some story progression, a little bit more world building. Now, I want to talk about Rem and Ram. They're twin maids. One has pinkish hair and everything, one has blue hair. And they're kind of biased towards each other, and they kind of treat Subaru a little bit like crap, but they make fun of him a lot of times. They like teasing him, and I really do like their character designs, how one of them has the right eye uncovered while the left eye is covered, and it's vice versa. They're literally just twins. They act like each other, but the red-headed one, which is Ram? Tell me in the comments if I'm right. The pink-haired one is Ram, and the blue-haired one is Rem. Right? Just tell me in the comments. But the blue-haired one basically can do everything. She can cook, she can clean and everything, while the pink-haired one can't cook, but she's good at housework. So I do like that dynamic between them. We have one sibling that's still superior, but the other one can still do some stuff, but it's not entirely useless. And I do love how they're teasing. Don't get me wrong, Emilia may be best girl and the #1 waifu in this series so far, but the maids are definitely probably a strong #2, because Felt, she might be #3, and Betty, maybe #4. I don't know how I feel about Betty yet. She's apparently some noble being. She's not human. We don't know exactly what she is, but she's under contract of the Lord of the Mansion, whose M name I don't even want to try and pronounce, because it'll sound really stupid if I do. Well, a lot more stupid than my content a lot of times. Yay, shots at myself! But She's under contract to protect his forbidden library. He has books that should not be seen by other people, that must never be read, because he's the greatest magic user in Lugunica, the country, the nation. So, she can work some very powerful spells herself. Like, she has this crossing door connection spell, where any door in the mansion, she can connect to and everything, and she can just go anywhere in the mansion she needs to. Let's say her room is on the other side, she can use her spell to connect to the very other side and go to the bathroom there, stuff like that. So that is useful, but here's the thing. Subaru, for some reason, is able to conquer that spell. He opens whatever door. He knows exactly what door will always lead to her room. Fucking love that. Now, it does seem like she is lonely. She's tasked with guarding the library. It also serves as her bedroom, but she's tasked with guarding the library, and she does love interacting with Puck. She kind of goes all cute and adorable whenever Puck's around. Well, Subaru did too, because his fur is super damn soft. Like, you can tell Subaru is an animal lover, because when he had a request, when Puck wanted to repay him, he's just like, let me pet your fur whenever I want. He just starts petting him, and he's rubbing it against him. He's like, oh, I love your fur and everything. So that was both really damn adorable and funny as fuck, because Subaru, our MC, who is a really good MC for this series and everything, he doesn't have any malice or ill intent for stuff like that. He says what's on his mind usually, and I just love how he's rubbing up against Puck, and he's just like, oh, so soft, so soft. Now, I am gonna say this, Betty does seem lonely, and since our main character died again in this episode, I believe it's his 5th death at this time, he was killed in his sleep, and before he had walked out, before he went to bed and everything, he had said goodnight to Betty, and it does seem like she was lonely. So, our MC might be able to change a way where she's not lonely, like she becomes more friendly towards him, because she's more critical and I'm superior to you kind of looking down, but not as extreme as a lot of other animes take that characteristic. So, our MC, he dies in his sleep again. Well, not again. He dies in his sleep. And he wakes up. We have a new checkpoint where he first woke up in the room where he's staring at the ceiling. He goes, oh, I know that ceiling, or I don't know that ceiling. And we have a new checkpoint. With that new checkpoint, everything he's done over the past couple days, where he was rewarded for saving Emilia and getting the insignia back and everything by the Lord of the Mansion, he was hired as a butler, and he wanted to work because he wants to actually earn his money. He doesn't want to cheat his way and live off of that money that he's cheated from the Lord of the Mansion. He wants to work, so he's working as a butler, which he kind of sucks at a lot of the stuff. He's surprisingly good at sewing, by the way, but he sucks at his job. He has all these wounds over his hand. He cuts himself a lot of the times because when he's making vegetables or stuff like that, he slices his finger and all that. So, over the course of a couple days, he's getting a little bit better. He has all these wounds on his hand, and he even schedules a date in the next day after all of his work is done and Emilia's studies are done, because she's studying to be the ruler candidate and everything. He dies in his sleep, and he wakes up, and the last thing, what he remembers is, there's no more wounds on his hands. That's the clear indicator that he died. Someone killed him in his sleep. So we have a new mystery of who killed him in his sleep. Now, this is my first guess. My hypothesis. It is the pink-haired maid, Ram. Because we have the Lord of the Mansion and Ram. She was sitting on his lap during the night when you have Subaru and Emilia talking, and she's doing all these spirits. She's calling and talking to them, and they're having their very heartwarming, heart-touching conversation, which I absolutely loved, by the way. And he's watching them, thinking that Subaru may be a spy and everything, and Ram is watching him. We don't know if Rem is in on it, but Ram is watching him all the time to determine if he's a spy or not, and he said interference may be necessary. Even though Ram goes, don't you think that's a little harsh or something like that? They're kids. If we do nothing, nothing will happen and everything. So I'm assuming Ram killed him in his sleep. And if not her, who? Could it be Rem? And I'm really curious if Rem is on it. Because Emilia, I doubt she knows. Here's what I do kind of want from the series. At one point, when Subaru does die, I kind of want to see the reactions before he's returned by death to a previous checkpoint. I want to see what their reactions are when they discover he's been killed in his sleep or something like that. I want to see the other characters' reactions. I also want some more world building on this, like what other nations are there, or what's some of the other states, and what's like the currency about. Is it gold, or is it just coins, or stuff like that? I kind of want that little nitty-gritty detail in it, but other than that, this episode, really good. There was a lot of enjoyable moments, and that the Lord of the Mansion kind of creeped me out. He's dressed like a clown, and even Subaru pointed that out. He's creepy, and I really do like the maids. I like how they can sometimes talk at the same time, like they're in sync, like some siblings are. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Don't spoil anything. Check out the links down in the description where you can go and add me on Twitter and Facebook. Go check out ReZero episode 4. I know I'm behind, but I will be caught up before the new episode drops, so look forward to that. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Alex Nation here, signing off. Have a good day. Watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. Bye-bye, guys.